Boom! It's Graceful Thunder, and today I am here to answer a whole lot of mod questions. A lot of you gave a lot of pretty good questions that get asked a lot, so I'm just going to go through and read the questions and then give my answers. I decided that I'm going to be breaking up the video into 3 sections. The first section is going to be general questions, the second section is going to be personal questions, and then the third section is going to be for the extra miscellaneous questions that you'll see when I get to them. Now, I have a lot of questions to go through today, so I'm going to try to do my best to answer everything quickly, so sorry if you feel like I rushed on yours. Alright, so the first question and the second question are quite similar. First comes from Yakru, what happens when you ban another mod? And then 007 Awesome says, similar to Yakru's question, what happens if you ban yourself? Now, I personally have not tried to ban myself, but I know that some of the older mods used to ban each other, so that was possible. The thing is, I don't want to risk anything right now because we can't unban, so we would have to go to Mabs, and he would probably look at us like children, like, why did you ban yourselves? That's so dumb. You know? So, but we can get banned. The next question is from Fear. Can mods spawn anything in the game like qubits, etc.? No, we can't. We can't spawn anything in. The next one comes from Costa Rica. Can mod become an admin? There's really no process for becoming an admin, so it's just not possible. This next one is from Alex Mejia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. How many mods are in Cubic Castles? Currently, we have 3 moderators. There's Galantis, This Is Not Slim, and me, Graceful Thunder. This next one comes from Zelda1564. There's a bunch of questions. How many hackers / scammers / cheaters do you ban each day on average? This question is so common QBs can't call you lazy when they don't get their own problems solved. Well, I don't know. There's not actually a number. I just go through and do so much daily that it kind of all becomes a blur. So I don't really have any specifics, but I can tell you that when I'm online, and even when I'm not online in Cubic Castles, I'm handling stuff on Discord. It takes a lot of time out of my day to handle each and every problem. Second question from Zelda is, do you do projects in-game for fun, such as build or mine, or is too much time spent on helping the game's community? I do work on projects in the game. I build and mine. The developers are not super strict on how much time we have to spend doing this and that, so if I want a break and I'm tired of dealing with stuff, or even if there's nothing to do, maybe I'm bored, then definitely I do work on builds and projects. Next question from Zelda is, I'm sure others will ask this, but what kind of process is there to undergo the honor of being a Cubic Castles mod, and how often are new ones admitted? There's no real process, I guess. The best way to say this is that the developers decide when they want to add someone, and they will reach out to the person and ask them if they want to be a mod, and if the person says that they do want to be a mod, then they'll talk to them just a little bit more, and then they'll add them in. That's all I really can say about it. There isn't much else. And the last question from Zelda is being a Cubic Castles mod a paying job, and if so, how much? It's $0 and 0 cents, and 0 qubits, and 0 items. That's... yes. We don't get paid in any way at all. It's completely a volunteer type of thing. I got distracted by my siblings in the background making noise. The next question is Bean CC says, hey, it's Yellow Jelly Bean, and I want to know if most mods are girls. I guess you could say that, because out of the 3 of us right now, 2 out of 3, are girls. That's Galantis and me. And when Whimsical, before she retired, well, she was a girl. So I guess, yes, most of the mods are girls. These two questions are kind of similar, so I'll group them together. One is from Oliver Lloyd. As a mod, can you take stuff from realms without having perm? And CrimzoCC says, a bit late but hopefully you can still answer, is there a command that lets you have perm in any realm / do you already have perm in any realm? No, we don't. We don't have perms unless the owner of the realm gives them to us. There's no command, we don't already have perms. We're basically like a regular player in that sense, which is a good thing. This way I can't scam all your deco. The next two questions are kind of similar as well, again, so I'm going to group them together. Kind of similar to one of Zelda's questions, I believe. First one is from Black Sonata CC. As a person who's been playing for 6 years, I know a lot about being a moderator and the powers that you have by being one, but a question that I had for quite a long time was, what do you guys have to go through before being a mod? Is there something like an interview or something? And then Oren Schwartz just says, how to become a mod? Well, like I said before, it's basically just the developers find someone that they think might be a good mod, they ask them if they want to be one, and that's basically the process. There's just a little bit more talking. I don't know how to explain it. It's not a super formal process, and there is no application process either. You can't apply to become a mod. Alright, the next ones all have to do with mod commands. I guess I'm going to go through them one at a time. This one's from Christopher Matsura. I always wanted to know how many commands you got. I don't even know the answer to that question myself. I forget sometimes. Next one is from Hans. So like, I know for sure you don't get like paid, but do you like paid, you know, like qubits or something? Also, can you list your mod powers? Well, as I said before, we don't get paid in any way. It's just a volunteer type of thing. Can you list your mod powers? I'll try to say some off the top of my head. Everybody knows we can mute, warn, ban, broadcast, blue text. I think those are the basic general ones I can remember off the top of my head. XXDark130XX says, I have always been asked, how do you TP to the person you are going to sanction? I would like to see the process as such. I hope to be taken into account. Good video. Well, you see, I spoke to Kubrith a bit ago, and he said that we're not supposed to just be putting the commands out in full display, just for safety reasons. I know you couldn't use them, but we're just being safe. So, I can't tell you how I do it. It's magic. Frozen Fire says, do you get paid to be a mod, and what are the limit to your powers? Well, as answered previously, no, I don't get paid in any way, shape, or form. And the limit to my powers are, well, I mean, there are a lot of limits. How do I explain this? Basically, as moderators, we're just like regular players. We can't do a lot of things that people think mods can do. We're just kind of like an online police force, I guess. If that makes any sense. So we're basically just regular players with a couple extra powers. Hot Sauce Dane says, I know some commands, but what do you need to type in to cloak yourself to I'm a noob 101 at level 4? Well, I can't really give out commands, so I'm just gonna say this one's magic as well. Alright, now we're on to personal questions. Ethy390 says, why does Graceful Thunder go boom? Well, let me see if I can summarize an answer to this. You know how a lot of the time channels and companies and stuff, they'll have a mascot or a motto or something that makes them stand out, something that helps you to remember them? That's kind of why I have my intro. People remember it. Cats on Venus says, have you known someone who has abused their moderator powers? And what is one of the saddest things about being a mod? Do you give up something, etc.? So the first question, Have you known someone who abused their moderator powers? I don't think I've really known someone who has abused their moderator powers. I've been lucky enough to know pretty good mods, pretty good people. And then, what is one of the saddest things about being a mod? You give up something. When you become a mod, you give up a lot of your free time. Because a lot of people act like you're paid, and a lot of people expect you to give them your free time. So as soon as you're done with the stuff that you're doing in real life, as soon as you come online, they expect you to help right now. So you kind of give up building time, you kind of give up a lot of socializing time, you kind of give up privacy, and you give up the ability to go into public places like the overworld without having a bunch of people saying, "Can you help me? Can you help me? Can you do this? Can you show me your tag?" And I'm not saying this to complain, because there are definitely times that I don't mind doing any of those things. Like, if people ask for things in that way, that if they need help, if they want me to talk to them, if they have mod questions, I'm perfectly fine answering them. But there are some days, sometimes, that I hide myself because I just want that sense of privacy and freedom back. Sometimes. But most of the time it's good. I don't mind. Gender CC says, what is your favorite thing about being a mod? Let's see. Probably being able to help a lot of people, especially young kids, because it feels good knowing that I was the person that was able to help someone, whether I'm just explaining something to them or helping them with an issue, because sometimes some people are a little more vulnerable, and I worry about what would have happened if they went to somebody else instead of me. I mean, someone who was not a mod. The other mods are also really good, so I'm not saying anything against them. Junder's second question is, why did you decide to become a mod? At the time that I became a mod, all of the previous mods had gone inactive, so scams and swearing were running rampant in the game, and there were no mods handling it. Whimsical and I were reporting a lot of stuff a lot of the time, and it wasn't always getting handled right away. It might go and sit a while. So that's kind of the main reason I decided to become a mod at that time, was because there were no mods and we really needed them, and so I became one. But now I stick around because I still like being able to help. Conde, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, says, what is your age and a real name? My age is 21 and my name is Rick Astley. Just kidding, I'm not telling you my name. Galaxy Defeater says, do people hate on you as a mod a lot? It kind of fluctuates, but in general, most of the Cubic Castles community has been really nice to me, so I really appreciate that. I haven't really been hated on much. Occasionally, I get the angry kids spamming in my Discord DMs, but for the most part, people are really nice. Lychee says, how long have you played as a mod, and how long have you played when you aren't a mod yet? So I started in April 2015, and I became a mod January 2019, and I'm still currently playing now, so I guess I played for 4 years? Almost 4 years? Before becoming a mod, and now I have played for 2 more? Wait, I gotta think about this one. Have I actually been playing for 6 years? My math's gotta be wrong somewhere. The next one from Lychee is, what are your replies for those who mock mods? It really depends on the situation. Sometimes it's a silly situation, and the person is just spewing anger and hate left and right, and I can just kind of joke around with the situation. Other times it can be more hurtful, so it really depends on the situation. But I always have to remember to take the high road, be the better person, because People expect me to kind of respond like a robot. They expect that they can throw a whole lot at me and not have me react. So I kind of have to live up to that expectation because it reflects on Cosmic Cow if I react in the wrong way. Spido Man says, how has the game changed after I quit about 2 to 3 years ago? This is not a moderator question, but I'm going to try to answer it with a moderator answer and say, not a whole lot has changed with mods, but at least we now have the ability to teleport to people who are appearing offline. That's pretty cool. Lethargic says, what are your views on genocide? Icy Tam Tam says, can mod pulse make me admin? No. Good to see you, Tam. Giannis G says, how often do mods get rickrolled, if you know what I mean? Well, I mean, every time you join a voice chat that I'm in, I get rickrolled, but I'm not complaining because it's a good song, alright? Player CC says, do mod get fre cubics? And if yes, pulls can me have some? I poor and need bro, please. No. Alright, well, those are all of the questions, so I guess that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you come back again.